No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. We're going all the way so you can score more for your trade-in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV today. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live from BroncoNationNews.com is presented by RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. All Bronco Nation news broadcasts come from the Western Collective Studios. Head down to Western Collective's locations in Garden City or downtown Boise to try some of their delicious beers, including the Horseshoe Golden Ale, the first beer to support an NIL collective. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Hey, good morning. How we doing, Boise State fans? Happy Halloween to you here at Bronco Nation News Live at BroncoNationNews.com. My name is BJ Rains. I'm in the Western Collective Studios. Make sure you pick up that Horseshoe Golden Ale or the Orange Chaos Seltzer at Albertson Stadium tomorrow night as Boise State hosts San Diego State. Thursday, that means we're joined by John Mallory, host of Prater in the Ball Game, weekdays 3 to 6, KTIK. You heard him last night. Great episode of Ball Talk. Make sure you go back and check that out on YouTube and the various platforms if you missed it. But Johnny, a lot going on. A game tomorrow. Appreciate you jumping on, man. How you doing?
Happy Halloween, BJ. Big day in the Treasure Valley, Halloween. People are going to be going out, hopefully playing safe. Everything goes smoothly tonight. I don't know, you and Karen got the kids dressed up. I think they're going as football players, you were telling me. And this is going to be a fun day, man. Fun day on Idaho Sports Talk. Kick it off right here on BNN Live. And got football tomorrow night and today. You know, get a little scary, man. Some Halloween stuff. Happy to be on with you, and let's get after it. Lots to talk about today, BJ.
Yes, and the Twitter police have been quick to correct me this morning, Johnny, on the uniforms. There's nothing worse than that guy on Twitter that loves to just go, gotcha. So I'm already fired up this morning. But in July, by the way, this is not breaking news, folks. In July, Boise State sent out a press release when they announced the new EA Sports uniforms. And I don't know if you know this or not, Johnny, but they announced the uniforms for the entire season, every game for Boise State. So every week, these fans are freaking out when the uniforms come out. And it's like, these were announced back in July, okay? So I don't know why you're surprised now. You can go on there right now and read the press release. But at some point, Johnny, in July, someone either typed it in wrong or they changed their mind. But they had blue helmet, black jersey, blue pants for the game on Friday. So on Monday, I said they're wearing blue helmets, black jerseys, blue pants, and I guess it's reversed. They just announced it's black helmet, blue jersey, black pants, and so there's more people quick to get at me. But again, I'm just tweeting out what a Boise State press release said from July. I even included the screenshots. So I guess I guess the folks that are the one rare time, Johnny, it never happens. I'm never wrong. The one time in my life I was wrong, they're loving getting me for it this morning. But
oh yeah, everybody loves busting BJ. I do the same thing. If I have any ammo on you, I'm loading that sucker and firing right away, BJ.
Guess what? It says blue, black, blue, and guess what? I'll give you a little secret, Johnny. Next week against Nevada, it says they're wearing all black, the dark mode, black jersey, black helmet, black pants for Nevada next week. For San Jose State, they're wearing orange throwback helmets, a white jersey, and orange pants. For Wyoming, they're wearing blue helmets, white jersey, white pants, and Oregon State game is all blue. So, again, these have already been announced for the entire season. You guys can get excited by the graphics or whatever that come out, but it's not some secret anymore. They announced the uniforms for the whole season back in July. But, yes, at some point, whoever typed in this thing on the press release probably just reversed it blue, black, blue. Which, Johnny, I think would look way better than black, blue, black. I don't know if you've seen the picture Boise State put out. I'm not a huge fan of the black, blue, black. I think it would look better the other way. But regardless, they'll have uniforms on. They'll have, a stadium tomorrow, and there will be a game tomorrow night, Boise State versus San Diego State. I want to get to the Marquez Cooper, Ashton Jeanty debate. There's a lot of storylines for this game, Johnny, a sellout crowd. But, I think the first thing we have to say right off the bat here, I don't know if you've seen this, Johnny, but Allen and Billy D. Noble, they've had their name on a lot of stuff at Boise State. They're big-time gifts. They just announced a $25 million gift to Boise State Athletics, $25 million, a historic gift, the largest one-time gift in the history of Boise State University. It's a $25 million estate gift. And you talk about all the different money coming in, what Jeremiah Dickey has done. And obviously we're going to spend most of our time talking about, this game tomorrow. But with what they're doing, raising money for the North End Zone project, which they're saying is going to cost $65 million. And they just got $25 million covered in one gift from Allen and Billy D. Noble. They have their name, obviously, on the Hall of Fame Plaza, I believe. The investment will be used, it says, to benefit Bronco football. So $25 million due to historic announcement for the football program.
Wow, this is like a smaller version of T-Boone Pickens there, Oklahoma City, right? Or Oklahoma State, BJ. I mean, that's tremendous news. And it feels like this program, it just produces tremendous news, right? Everything's going well with this team, this program, this community. It's like all at the same time having massive, massive success. And it's coming all ways. Football team, players, coaches, administrators, heck, fans are supporting it. They're selling out every game now. Like, that wasn't a thing. Selling out Friday night games now. That wasn't a thing. And now you're seeing a lot of these people who have, a little extra income, something they want to figure out and we want to help and they want to be a part of something. And they're saying, you know what, right now, this is a good investment for us. This is a good gift. This is a good way for us to show our appreciation for everything they're doing well down there. And, that's what helps. I mean, in college football, college athletics, more than anybody, BJ, it really does help. The more money you can raise, the better programs you can become.
No doubt about it. So again, we're not talking 2.5 million. We're talking $25 million and a donation from, again, Allen and Billy D. Noble, the estate. Again, he was a local businessman and farmer in the late 1960s, developed a passion for Boise State football and has contributed along the way in a lot of different ways. Johnny, he helped fund Boise State Stadium expansion in 1996 when they moved to FBS. At that point, they created the Allen Noble Hall of Fame Gallery. He's been a member of the board of directors on the BAA, recipient of the Bronze Bronco Award, highest honor given by Boise State Athletics. And again, prior to this, they had given more than $5 million, but now they're giving $25 million towards the football program, and that is just hard to fathom, Johnny. I mean, that's typically about the amount of money they get in donations for an entire year, somewhere from 20 to 25 million, and they just got that in one gift. So huge deal for Boise State. We'll find out, it says the football program. We'll find out if that's directly for the North End Zone project, if that's for, what that means. Maybe a new set of uniforms, Johnny, that who knows, but we'll find out, it's a historic gift. And again, Alan and Billy D. Noble's estate, $25 million, and Jeremiah Dickey, kudos to him and everybody involved in that, added again. And, again, if that is for the North End Zone project, that literally pays for like a third of it right there off the bat.
Wow, man.
Big news, and we'll tell you more about that moving forward. That press release just hit the inbox during the show intro, so still trying to find out more information about that. But, Johnny, it's Thursday. It's Halloween. I am hoping it doesn't rain tonight from the kids getting out there trick-or-treating. But the game tomorrow, also hoping the weather stays. And super excited for a lot of reasons tomorrow. But most importantly, I think, Johnny, for me personally, is we got the Circa crew coming to town for the game tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Derek Stevens, the team. I've gotten to know them well like you have over the years. I've gotten to know them through you. They roll out the red carpet for us every time we go to Vegas. So now it's your turn, BJ. You got to roll out the red carpet for Mr. Casino Boss and all his boys and make sure that they come to Boise and they're like, oh, okay, this town is for real. This town is legit. Maybe I want to be a future Boise State helper. Maybe I'm going to come up with the next couple million donation, right, Derek Stevens? But going to be fun. You're going to take them around, and they're going to do the whole dog and pony show thing, and they're going to see the blue for the first time. And, maybe this is a future partnership with Boise State Athletics, too. Those guys have been really good to you down there at Circa, really good to Bronco Nation, for that matter, really good to this football program, and they're going to see a show on Friday night. I know Derek Stevens, he's probably not staying here. He has a private jet, so he'll come and, hang out in the city for a couple hours and just fly home like we would drive home. But that's cool that he's finding time, especially, BJ, on a Friday night to come check out Boise, Idaho for the first time. And I know you guys are thrilled there at BNN for all the team partnering stuff you've done with Circa. So this is a thrill for you too. And just adds another little layer to all your coverage, getting ready for a massive game tomorrow on Friday night as Boise State continues one of its most terrific seasons it's ever had, which is saying something.
Yeah, they actually have a big Halloween party tonight, so they're getting up pretty early tomorrow on their private jet to come to Boise, and so they got a lot going on. As you said, they're going to be back in Vegas tomorrow night by midnight to host some guests. So yeah, it's a 9-hour trip in Boise, I believe, but we do want to get everybody involved. 3:00. I know you guys will be doing your show down there around Boise State, but if folks are, tailgating, walking around, seeing you guys on the show, different spots, we really hope folks will plan to stop by 3:00 to 4:30. They are hosting a party at the James Kitchen and Bar right there across from Albertson Stadium. So join us from 3 to 4:30 at the James. And my understanding is, Johnny, Derek Stevens just going to walk in at 3:00, put his credit card down at the bar and say, give me the bill at 4:30. So it's going to be 90 minutes, I believe, of just open craziness at the James based on Derek Stevens wanting to take care of Boise State fans for, return the favor for them coming to down and supporting the people we had at the D, 200 plus people there for that party at Bar Canada last week. And we've brought a lot of business down to them. So they've heard a lot about the blue. They want to come hang out and see it. And Derek Stevens is going to throw a 90-minute party there at the James. So if you're in the area and you want to come by, they're going to be passing out different things. Maybe, Johnny, I've heard rumors that they're even going to make some small $20, $30, $50, $5 Ashton Jeanty to win the Heisman bets and bring the tickets with them and pass them out. And so you may get a little ticket that says Ashton Jeanty to win the Heisman. And then if you win it, you go back to Circa and cash it. So
wow.
They got a lot of different things planned. They're going to bring some swag, some gear, and they're going to, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I know they're excited to come, and they're going to get to tour the facility. I think maybe even meet on a game day with Spencer Danielson. And Boise State's, also involved in rolling out the red carpet for him, I believe. So excited to have these guys in town, but the big party is 3 to 4:30 at the James. So if you can make it, please stop by. I don't want these guys walking into an empty, James at 3:00. We needed this place packed and a standing ovation and folks cheering for them as they come in. So let's pack the James 3:00 tomorrow for a party for Derek Stevens and company there at Circa. And like I said, you're probably not paying for any of your drinks or things. It's to stop by and hang. So there's a lot going off the field, Johnny, but also a lot going on the field as well. And again, it's the biggest game of the season, as Spencer Danielson would say, because it's the next one. And, Boise State just continuing to push this thing towards a Mountain West championship, towards a one-loss season, towards a spot in the college football playoff. And obviously a home game, Johnny. I mean, they can't afford to slip up or lose any kind of game at this point, but certainly a home game at this point. 5 games left. They've got to finish strong here, and this is a big one because they just can't afford to lose any game at this point.
No, can't lose a game if you want to go to the CFP. I mean, legit. I mean, you're really playing with fire if you're going to try to get that group of 5 bid with 2 losses. I mean, you just don't want to tussle with that. So win out, leave no doubt. I think this will be one of those games. I think Boise State has way too much firepower, and I think the emotion and the atmosphere of Friday night, I don't give San Diego State much of a shot in this thing. Neither does the Vegas odds makers. 3 touchdown favorite. I expect it to be around there. And Ashton Jeanty, I don't think the turf monster is gonna gobble him up this tomorrow, BJ. I think Jeanty's gonna have one of those games we're kind of used to him having. Let's see what they do in the passing game. Let's see what they do defensively. But I think this football team is going to get this town off to a heck of a Hallow weekend on Friday night. Tomorrow night, they're going to start the weekend off. And I think Boise State's rolling right now. I think they're in a great spot and top 15 team in the country. See what happens before you keep moving up the polls a little bit each week. But get the damage done on Friday night and get ready for the stretch run.
You guys talked about it on your show. Was listening yesterday, 5 o'clock segment, I believe. People can go back and listen to it. But a little fun side story here. Marquez Cooper, his comments in August. None of you guys were wanting to ask about it. You're all looking at each other. I asked Spencer Danielson about it yesterday. Come on, I'm not afraid to throw that out there. But let's hear first the comments. This was after he rushed. He had a pretty good game, right? 200-plus yards and a couple touchdowns. But again, they beat a FCS school. And it was, a couple hours after the record-breaking six touchdown game from Ashton Jeanty. And on the, I believe, True TV, I think it was the True TV post game. This is how the exchange went.
What Ashton Jeanty did today, did you come in understanding and try to compete with that and understanding that, hey, look, y'all can start talking about me too and put my name in some of those conversations with the things that he did today?
I seen what he did today. I don't think he's the type of back that I am. I think I'm the best back in this conference. And I don't think he's the type of back that I am. I think I'm the best back in this conference. And I want to make that.
The best part of that might be the groan from the announcer there that realizing what that guy had just said. But Marquez Cooper, you love the confidence. You love the fact that he's, and he's done a lot of great things. He's having a good career. He's the heck of a running back, but he is the second best running back in this conference, not the first. And Johnny, again, you love the confidence level from him, but probably not the smartest thing to say, knowing you have to play on the blue turf at Boise State later in the season.
Yeah, I mean, he said it in August, right? That was on August 31st. He was feeling good. He just destroyed Texas A&M Commerce and of the FCS and had a hell of a game. And he's had a really good career in the MAC with 2 different teams. You look at his stats. Okay, he's a good back. 5'6", 185 pounds. I'm a little undersized if you're thinking what he might do potentially at the next level. Ashton Jeanty's 215, 217, 5'8". So Ashton Jeanty's 30 pounds heavier than this kid. He should have a good game because he's a really good player. Ashton Jeanty's a Heisman caliber player. Marquez Cooper's not. And I'm sure he knows that now. And knowing Jeanty, he'll probably find him before the game, hug it out, tell him no worries. We're all good. We love you. Hey, what are you doing here? They'll hug it out. Maybe they even exchange jerseys after the game. I don't know if college kids are doing that now. I don't think they are, BJ, but Ashton Jeanty will be classy about it. But, according to what Spencer Danielson was saying, everybody knows. The whole program knows what Cooper said. They don't care when he said it. He said it. And they don't need any extra motivation to kick San Diego State's ass. They just don't. But they won't forget about this. It's there. And I'll tell you, if Marquez Cooper gets bottled up or has a tough day, there's going to be a lot of Boise State fans cheering extra hard when Marquez Cooper gets shut down or whatever the case is, or just the Ashton Jeanty show. And I don't think Marquez Cooper is going to come out the winner in that whole thing. We'll see. We'll see what type of day he has. Boise State's defense, I think they're pretty tough against the run. I don't see Cooper going for 200 plus. I see Ashton Jeanty going for 200 plus, BJ.
Yeah. And again, I love the guy's confidence. He is a good running back. That's great. But, college coaches, Johnny, players, like they take anything like Spencer Danielson on Monday kept referring to the last time San Diego State was on the blue. They beat them. Well, they didn't. But again, anything that you can use to motivate a team, hype them up, get them ready, like you're going to do it. You're a college coach, right? The rat poison, all the stuff, like a Nick Saban would say, like you look for any little one small word that somebody says that you can use as motivation and you're going to do that. And so, again, I don't have a huge problem with his comments. He's confident in himself. He, beginning of the season felt highly of himself, but obviously knowing you had to play a road game at Boise State, and then now you come in where your stats aren't as good as the guy that you said were better at this point in the season. I think it's fair to bring it back up. And my understanding is a team meeting on Monday or Tuesday early in the week. Spencer Danielson did inform the team about those comments. I'm not sure if they played the clip or if he just told them, but Spencer Danielson asked about this yesterday.
The running back earlier in the year, you let the team know about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'm very open with our team. And this is what their guy said. He thinks he's the best running back around, including Ashton. That's just what's out there. And that's the beautiful thing about football is then you get an opportunity to go out and compete. And for us and our team, we want to be about our actions, not about our words. And that's what we're going to stay true to.
Now, I know we were debating with Prater there about was he a little salty there? Was he a little taking that, how to take Spencer Danielson's comments there, Johnny? I'm kind of with you on that. Like, we let our actions speak louder than our words. Like, that's a beautiful thing. He says he's better. I let our team know, but guess what? We get to decide it on the field. Like, I think that's 100% a motivating factor for Spencer. Again, at this point, he's saying the same thing. Every game's the biggest. Every game's the same. You're trying to keep these guys, just give them some new chips, some new thing as the games continue to add up and the message is the same. Again, some people may think this is a non-story, whatever, but I guarantee you after the game, if Marquez Cooper rushes for 55 yards and Ashton Jeanty has 270, that every player in that postgame is going to go, yeah, that ticked us off.
100%. And they'll be classy before, during, and after the game on the field, because that's just what this program is, in my opinion, under Spencer Danielson. They won't let San Diego State know it bugged them. But, yeah, after the game, they'll let the college football world know, yeah, we hear everything around here. We didn't need it to beat you, but, yeah, a little extra push. Yeah, it bugged us. It pissed us off. We love Ashton Jeanty. We don't like anybody saying they're better than him. And if they do say that, good. That's their prerogative. That's their opinion. They're entitled to it. But we are also entitled to, when we play you, to kick your ass and to really show you upline firsthand, up close and personal, that maybe you're not the best back in this conference. He's right there, and your defense couldn't stop him. And this team gets another win. So I would look at it more like that, BJ. But, yeah, this is going to be – and they don't even need this, like I said, for motivation. But if it's there, great. I would love to see what pissed off Ashton Jeanty looks like on game day. Sign me up.
Yeah, I know people are saying, oh, it's business as usual for Spencer. I don't think so. I took that as yep, he wants to say that. Great. We'll see what happens on Friday. And I know behind the scenes that has certainly been something that's been brought up numerous times. And I talked to a couple of players as well on Tuesday was it Tuesday or Wednesday? Whatever day we talked to the players. Michael Callahan, Austin Bolt, both said they were aware of it. And Johnny, that motivates the Boise State defense because you want to shut this guy down, but it also motivates the offensive line and Jeanty and the offense to want to show that, what he can do. So a lot there, and we'll see. And we'll get back to that in a second. But before this runs out, we just got a $10, super chat here, Johnny, from Taylor, $9.99. He just donated. So we appreciate that, Taylor. Thank you so much for that. He says, why haven't anybody said anything about why Cam Camper had limited snaps in the UNLV game and Chris Marshall hardly played? I'm sorry, Bates and Bolt are good. Nothing like Camper and Marshall. Taylor, we really appreciate that. And for the donation. But Johnny, any thoughts on Cam Camper maybe playing limited snaps against UNLV and the mystery that continues to be Chris Marshall?
That's a fair question for Taylor because I was noticing it from the press box. Kind of weird. Cam Camper, I don't think took a snap the first series. Second series, he played here and there. I took it as, it's just the rotation. It's just the formations. It was just that for whatever formation, it requires another receiver. I mean, if you want to really try to put your Perry Mason hat on here and try to investigate this stuff, maybe he wasn't blocking the way they need him to. And you always hear, like, if you're not going to block, you're not going to play on this team. Maybe that's it. I don't even know if that was it, though. I'm sorry. I probably should have asked somebody that question. It honestly kind of slipped my mind this week as to why Cam Camper wasn't out there the first series, but he was out there the rest of the game. They all were. We've seen a receiver rotation this year that I haven't been able to put my finger on yet. The rhyme, the rhythm, the reason as to what receivers are out on what down and distance. That's something they do. We're not privy to that information, BJ. But I don't think there's anything wrong there with Cam Camper. I think that's just how the formation's dictated. I wouldn't rush to judgment on that. Cam Camper's been a heck of a player. This offense needs Cam Camper, BJ. You know the relationship Cam Camper and Maddox Madsen have been able to develop in short time. As for Chris Marshall, look, he's a junior. He's got next year. I don't know what the future holds. I don't see enough of him. I mean, I know people want to freak out because when he was in high school, he could have picked any college in the country to go play football at. Basketball, too. As good as a basketball player he was in high school, he was almost a McDonald's All-American, or was he? As a basketball player, BJ, he was a high-level hooper. But, it's okay if Austin Bolt beats him out, guys. It's okay if Cam Camper and Latrell Caples are better than him right now. It's okay that maybe they even trust Cam Bates on an end around more so than Chris Marshall. He's been up and down with injuries. I don't know him inside the building. Look, he's a junior, like I said. I hope Chris Marshall, BJ, my cat's jumping on the couch here. Get out of here, dude. I would hope, BJ, that Chris Marshall at some point, this time next year or in spring, gets a role, takes command. I just don't know what type of person he is in that sense. Is that going to be okay with him to come to Boise for 2 years in the first year? You don't get a lot of action. I think he's got 3 catches, BJ, but this is a deep receiver room, I think. I think it's a deep receiver room, but Chris Marshall, that's been a mystery, man. But it's not like they've, in my opinion, missed anything there a little bit. So we'll get on it.
They want to know the cat's name.
Mookie Blaylock.
How much blame do you give to Matt Miller in all this? Because there's a lot of folks in the chat here. Avery Potter, time to shop around for a new wide receivers coach. If you ask me, I love Matt Miller as a player. Not sure what he's brought to us as a coach at all. Nate Staley saying Matt Miller's wide receiver room, very disappointing the last couple of seasons. Just your take on the wide receivers and Matt Miller's role and all that. I mean, he's one of the guys that they're looking at possibly to be the next OC here, I think. So just your thoughts on Matt Miller, because I wouldn't have put the blame his direction, but certainly some fans are deciding to do that at this point.
I don't know. I mean, you have Ashton Jeanty. Dirk Cutter has never shied away from this is a running football team. Look at every running football team. Let me look at their receiver room. Let me look at their production from the receivers. What's frustrating, and I get fans because they got some serious athletes playing receivers and they want to see these guys make plays. I totally get that. Maybe more one-on-one opportunities, maybe just more rhyme or reason to the offense. Latrell Caples, I don't remember the last game he's stood out. I thought he was going to have 50-plus catches, BJ. I don't know what's going on with Trell either. I know he's been up and down with some injuries, BJ, who also has another year. He told us on Idaho Sports Talk he plans just to go to the NFL after this year and say goodbye to college. I think Latrell might have to rethink that, maybe come back for another year in this thing. Back to Matt Miller, though. I mean, do I want to get on Matt Miller for not developing Chris Marshall properly? Do I want to get on Matt Miller for getting Cam Bates ready as a true freshman to come in and play and contribute and help? Am I allowed to give Matt Miller credit on that if I'm going to give him discredit for, dude, Coach Miller, what's up with Chris Marshall? Why can't you get him ready to play? Matt Miller, what's up with Prince Strawn? He's supposed to have 10 touchdowns this year. All this stuff. I don't know where to point the finger on this, BJ, other than the fact that I'll point the finger at their record, 7-1. I'll point the finger at their offense. They're in the top 10. I'll put the record at their rushing offense. Only service academies are out rushing this team. Yeah, this isn't Burger King, man. You can't have it your way and have all these stats. Like even when Kellen was here, go back and look at those teams. They were so balanced. They got about as many yards in the pass as they did in the run. So everybody was able to eat. This system isn't like that. Way more run heavy than pass. And I don't think they have a whole lot of people to apologize for how this offense is operating this year.
Yeah, BSU Bill agrees with you. Latrell will be back. 0 NFL shot next year. Want to see Chris Marshall or Strawn get some one-on-one balls, have Madsen throw it up. Let's see what they can do. Well, how do you put Maddox Madsen into all this? I mean, we've talked about it. You asked about him in the press conference. Where are you with the quarterback play? I think on Monday. Again, I'm not seeing a lot of wide open. I'm not, maybe I'm wrong, Johnny, but I'm seeing a couple here and there. There was certainly one in the end zone that Mad Dog missed, but I'm not seeing a lot of wide open receivers that Maddox Madsen is just making terrible passes to. I mean, if you have to say who's more to blame, the quarterback or the wide receivers, if you want to say that the passing game hasn't been great, I think you have to go to the wide receivers. I'm not seeing a lot of separation or open receivers. I'm not seeing a couple drops, not a ton, but I'm not seeing Maddox Madsen being to blame in a lot of this.
I'll blame Maddox Madsen for overthrowing Prince in the corner of the end zone. And if they would have ended up losing that game, that would have been a really big deal. Those happen. Heck, I mean, Patrick Mahomes misses throws. Freddie Freeman strikes out. Sorry, man. It doesn't always work out. As far as Maddox, though, at the end of the day, I mean, he's having a very efficient season. He does exactly what the coaches want. He's the best at preparation on this team now. I'm not going to lie. It's a bumpy ride at times, right, BJ? Oh, my gosh, did he really just do that? Oh, my gosh, that could have been the worst thing ever. But the D tackle dropped it, or wait, what? Like, it's bumpy at times. And I get how that's frustrating for fans. They want perfection all the time. This is Boise State. We win every game, 50-3. We're not allowed to do this. No, you got to be ready. This fan base has extremely high standards for this program, and they don't want you to ever throw over a dude in the end zone ever. Unacceptable. It feels like. And Maddox Madsen, he's a good quarterback for this team. I'm not going to sit here and lie to everybody and say I think he's going to be an All-American. He's a future NFL second-round draft pick. I don't know any of that. Probably not. I don't know. But they're 7-1. They all rally around him. They like him. Is he the most talented quarterback they've had? Probably not. But can they get to the tournament and maybe do some damage with Mad Dog? We'll see. Just keep getting better every week. It's a little bumpy at times, BJ. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I see what the fans say on X during games when he dodges another massive bullet. Feels like he's got 9 lives more than my cat over there, BJ. But I think he's the right quarterback for this team. No one's asking to see anybody else play. At least everybody knows that they'll take. I think they take the word for the coaches that he is the best quarterback on this team. I don't know about America or the conference, but on this team, that's your best quarterback. That's your best chance to win right there. Rally around him, play good football.
Where are you on the defense? Certainly the sacks have been impressive. Some of the other numbers have not been. But again, after the first 2 drives against UNLV, it looked pretty ugly, and they locked it in. And Eric Chinander, man, I mean, there's probably a deeper dive, deeper story, athletic style, story on this. But the way they're using the secondary and these, defensive backs and getting so many of them on the field at the same time and mixing up the pressures and the blitzes and everything they're doing right now defensively. I mean, they're taking an all-league linebacker like Marco Notriani or Andrew Simpson off the field at times to put some of these defensive backs out there. And again, I know they're giving up the big play occasionally, but 35 sacks leads the country. They only had 36 sacks all of last season. In the last 9 years, the highest sack total they've had is 40. They could have that by halftime on Friday night. I mean, just overall, Eric Chinander, I know the D coordinator, DeMario Warren, it's easy to criticize those kind of guys when it starts going rough. And again, I know some of the season stats aren't great, but you look at overall where this defense is at, them buckling down, making plays when they need to. A lot of veteran guys on this defense, and it's been pretty impressive to see the sacks and some of what they're doing.
BJ, 14 players have at least a half sack.
Yep.
Think about that. That's every starter and then 3 dudes off the bench. 14 players on this defense have recorded at least a half sack. Ahmed Hassanin leads the way with 7, JVM 6.5.
Well,
and then
2 safeties that at least have 3 sacks.
Shea Oladipo, 4.5 sacks here. He's loving this gig. And on defense, BJ, dudes love to blitz. They love getting after quarterbacks. That's what, who was it? Was it Jaden Virgin Morgan who said to us yesterday or 2 days ago in the media? He's like, getting a sack is the defensive equivalent for a touchdown. You get, 5-10 seconds all to yourself. You get your little sack dance. You get to celebrate with your boys. You get to look on the big screen. There it is. You get a text from everybody you know just because you had 1 sack, kind of like a touchdown. And they're getting a lot of those. And Shenander is dialing this up. And I've made my peace with giving up an occasional deep bomb. I have. I know the fans won't, and that's okay. Do what you want to do. I've made my peace that, you know what, they might give up more splash plays than most defenses in America, most really good teams in America, simply because they want to get on your ass. They're gonna put a quarterback on his back. They are coming, and if it means we're gonna strike out a few more times, if we want to be that slugger, baseball analogies better than anybody. It's kind of like, are you willing to take a few more strikeouts out of a slugger if you know he's going to hit 40 bombs out of the park? If you know you're going to sack the quarterback this much, okay, you are a little more willing to leave your dudes, no matter how good or bad they are, on an island and maybe not have all that much safety help over the top. I think it's working. I think it's exciting. I love the fact that they lead the nation in such a cool stat and keep this thing going. And Eric Shenander, I think, is having a pretty good year as a DC, BJ. I really do.
Yeah, just the way I know it's just, it's mostly a dime package if you want to kind of just very simplify it with the extra defensive back out there. But the way he's mixing up the blitzes, Alexander Tubner, the way they're using him. And, I wrote about it at BroncoNationNews.com today. Yes, Johnny, there's a story up at BroncoNationNews.com that you can read
Yes,
about the
I love it when you write.
Kind of how they're doing this and things. And Michael Callahan told me they couldn't do this if not for Alexander Tubner being the versatile player that he is. And Alexander Tubner being able to get in different, I know sometimes people want to get on him for his pass coverage or whatever, but a lot of times that's not necessarily him. He's covering for somebody else that messed up.
Yeah.
His ability to kind of play hybrid linebacker, safety, whatever else they want to call it. I mean, he's been a huge part of this. And so Oladipo and Robinson and Tubner and Benefield and just the number of versatile guys they have and the different blitzes and pressures, it's just a really confusing defense for offensive linemen and for quarterbacks. And I would suspect with a true freshman quarterback playing his first game on the blue tomorrow night for San Diego State, Johnny, that's going to be a tough challenge for San Diego State.
Yeah, Marco Notriani is 10th on this team in tackles this year, BJ. Andrew Simpson is 5th. 1 through 4, it's the safeties. Tubner's 1, Benefield's 2. I'm sorry, Zion Washington is number 1. Zion Washington leads this team in tackles. Benefield's 2, Tubner's 3, and Oladipo's 4. And that's what's working. They're putting pressure on quarterbacks. They're letting their athlete get out there and make plays. Now, hopefully they can get a couple of more turnovers. It was nice to get a pick last week. It didn't come from the corners. Who cares, I guess? They got a turnover against a team that doesn't commit a lot of them, and hopefully they can get a few more tomorrow night against San Diego State, BJ. The defense is loaded. Offense is playing really well. San Diego State's coming here on a Friday night, and it's going to be a hell of an atmosphere. I can't wait for your coverage, our coverage, and they haven't had a home game in like a month. This is going to be fun tomorrow, BJ. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know your time is short, Johnny, so I guess I'll just get your final thoughts. I'll keep this rolling here for a little while longer. But just your final take on this team, the game tomorrow night, where they're at, anything you want.
Yeah, I think they cover 21-22. I think they're back over 50. It's been a couple games since they've reached the half hundy. I think it's 51-24-ish, 51-20, something along those lines. And hopefully it's a nice day out, nice night, all that, the leftover Halloween stuff. And I think they're going to hammer San Diego State. I really do. And keep this ball moving. Get an extra week, get an extra day. Not a bye week, but when you play on a Friday, you get that extra day, BJ. And man, I think Bronco Nation knows this, but I mean, I talk about this program. We make our living talking about a football program that we're not fans of. I'll say that again, so we just follow this and study this. It's our job. And I hope the fan base knows what it has again. And I think it does, because this is as close to that Kellen era, that 14 Fiesta Bowl season that they've had. This is more so than the 14 season, because the 14 season, like the Sandman will say, they were 2-2. They were an afterthought for the whole year after they were 2-2. See ya, Coach Pete's gone. Don't care about you guys anymore. Then all of a sudden, whoa, okay, they're 10-2. Okay, I'll get them back in here. This isn't like that. They're in the mix. They're in the conversation the whole way. You don't watch game day or big noon kickoff without a mention of Boise State. So I hope they all get that. It's here. And BJ, this next month and a half, it's going to be some new stuff going on in Boise, like playoff talk, like Selection Sunday vibes. I can't wait, man. I appreciate you always having me on every Thursday.
Yeah, and this is kind of the last chance for Boise State to make that final first impression, I guess you can say, for the college football playoff. Those first set of rankings come out next Tuesday. I mean, Most people will be watching the election coverage. We'll be all watching ESPN for the selection show. It's crazy. That's the night they're doing it. But very curious for that, to see how Boise State, where they look, and we'll talk about that next week and what the committee's initial thoughts are. But going out and winning 50-3 on Friday certainly wouldn't hurt against San Diego State. But Johnny, I'll keep this thing rolling, man. I know you guys got a busy day. Idaho Sports Talk. Appreciate you as always. And we'll be listening at 3:00, man.
Ryan Clady today, BJ. Appreciate you. And as always, your hair, it looks spectacular, ladies. See you later, guys. Thanks for having me, BJ.
There he is, John Mallory. Again, you can listen 3:00 today to Johnny and Prater, 3 to 6, Idaho Sports Talk, Prater, and the ball game. We'll keep this thing rolling, but I do want to thank a couple of our sponsors. You can get your score predictions in, get your thoughts in on the $25 million gift that we just briefly talked about. We'll get back to that in a second. Marquez Cooper, what's your over-under rushing yards total for Marquez Cooper? How confident are you that Ashton Jeanty is going to bounce back in a big way tomorrow night? We'll take all those comments and things here on Bronco Nation News Live. We are in the Western Collective Studios, the Horseshoe Golden Ale, the Orange Chaos Seltzer. A portion of the proceeds of both of those go back to the Horseshoe Collective to raise money for the student athletes at Boise State through NIL deals. So if you're looking for a beverage at the game tomorrow night, they sell both the Golden Ale and the Orange Chaos Seltzer at Albertson Stadium. Make sure you pick one up. They're also available at local retailers as well. Rowpaint.com, our title sponsor. All your concrete coatings, whether it's the interior, exterior painting of your home, industrial, commercial, they can do it all. Check them out. Again, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. And now's the perfect time to schedule those interior painting projects for the winter. So they got some good deals coming along, and make sure you check them out. Let them know BNN sent you. They'll hook you up at ROEpaint.com. ICCU, Idaho Central Credit Union. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest, that mobile e-branch online banking right there in your smartphone. So check them out, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. And again, ICCU is the Raines family made the switch. Bronco Nation News made the switch. And I thought we were happy with our previous bank, but once we made the switch, I realized just how much we were missing. You probably feel the same way, and you will feel the same way if you made the switch. So do it today, ICCU, ICCU.com. Matt Bauscher Real Estate, number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. He is now part of the Boise State home team. You see the logo up there on the screen. So shout out Cade, Kelly, Sarah, Matt, the whole crew. They helped us purchase and sell our home over the summer, and the process was so easy every step of the way. So we're just very thankful and appreciative of Matt Bauscher and his team. And again, Bauscher Real Estate, BauscherRealEstate.com. You will not be disappointed. Any size home you can buy or sell with Matt and his team, and you'll be happy that you did. Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. You get 13 locations in the state of Idaho, surrounding states as well, whether it's Treasure Valley, Magic Valley, you name it, McCall. ShopRidleys.com. You can find that location near you. And again, Ridley's Family Markets, hometown grocery. You go in, you just get that great hometown grocery store feel. Love the Cuna location. So maybe you're thinking of going to the big chain, but drive a little further. Go down to Cuna, go to Ridley's. You will not be disappointed. We appreciate Ridley's Family Markets. We got 18 comments rolling in. We'll get back to those here in a second. Dennis has 38-17 for his score prediction. Collins got 45-21. Jeanty near 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. let's see. We're going to get into this. So let's get into this for a minute. Why not? Let's say Jeanty goes for 192 touchdowns and comes out healthy. If that is the case, what are the odds? Big noon kickoff comes to Boise. What do I think the odds are? If Jeanty goes for 192 touchdowns, comes out healthy, and I assume you're saying Boise State wins pretty easily, let's go 75%. What do you think of that? 75%? Is that too high? I think that if Jeanty goes for a big game, solid game, Boise State wins, and he's healthy, I believe that there's not a lot of other good options, and I believe that Big Noon Kickoff would want to promote one of their products, which is the Mountain West. And don't forget, the Mountain West Championship game is on Big Fox on a Friday night coming up in a month. So it would give them a 2-hour infomercial on Big Noon Kickoff to promote the Mountain West Championship game on Fox. It would allow them to talk about Ashton Jeanty and the whole Reggie Bush thing there and the whole Coach Pete, side of this. I'm sure Chris Peterson would probably be in Boise for that as well. They're looking for different, places. They go to Ohio State every other week, it seems like. I would say if Jeanty has a big game and is healthy and they win big, I think there's a very good chance. I don't like a lot of the other options they have. Do they want to go do Colorado at Texas Tech? There's a couple other Big 12 games, but none of those are super exciting. The best storyline would be a Heisman Trophy candidate, Ashton Jeanty, and Boise State going for the CFP. So I'm going to go 75%. Maybe it's higher than that, BSU Bill. If all that works out, I actually think there's a decent chance, a real good chance they could get it coming up here and moving forward in a week and a half. Let's see here. We got Bronco 130, 34-14 is his prediction. Let's see here. Let's see what else we got. Excuse me there. I knew I had a sneeze coming. Let's see. Nate has 42-21. Let's see what else we got. BSU Bill 41-20. So 34-23. Bill L is saying it's going to be a little bit closer maybe. But the spread is 23. I don't feel quite as confident as Johnny does that I would, throw down big money that they'll cover the spread. I think that's probably about right. 63-21. This will be a blowout. 52-14. 23-14 for Brian Strasser. I don't think it'll be that close, but I think somewhere in the 45-20 range is probably about what I got. So I think the 23-point spread is probably about right. But it also wouldn't shock me, guys. Boise State back at home, a true freshman quarterback for San Diego State, the top sack team in America, a defense that's been motivated all week to try to shut down Marquez Cooper because of his comments. It really would not surprise me if this is 52-10. It really wouldn't. Boise State back at home. They're playing for a lot. Spencer Danielson seems to have this team motivated. I really do think this could be a blowout. I don't know if I would expect that. That's just hard to do. But if that happens on the post-game show and Kent Riddle and Brad Bedell and I are talking about it, I'm going to say, yeah, I mentioned this was possible and we should have seen this coming. Boise State's just a better team and should be, they did what they should have, what we should have seen coming, just crush them. The whole Ashton Jeanty side of this too, San Diego State traditionally has had a pretty good defense and particularly rush defense, but not this year. San Diego State's rush defense ranks 90th or something. I think it was in the 80s or 90s in terms of rush defense. I don't have the exact number right in front of me, but their rush defense has not been great this year. And when you're at this point in the season, it's not just about who you played. You kind of are who you are at this point. And so I think it lines up for Ashton Jeanty to have a big bounce back game. And he's hearing all the people saying he's out of the Heisman race. He only rushed for 128 yards. Would it shock anybody if the first carry of the game, Ashton Jeanty goes 75 yards for a touchdown? I do think that it's all there for Ashton Jeanty to bounce back and have a really, really big game. It just sets up nicely for this one for Boise State. And maybe I'm talking myself into it. I certainly think a blowout is possible. 56-14. I could see that, Randy. But again, I do think that San Diego State has shown some improvement. They should have beaten San Diego State. They were up 14 on them in the fourth quarter. So from that standpoint, if they would have won that game by 14 over Washington State, would we have been, saying they're going to walk all over them on Friday? Probably not. So they gave up a couple late touchdowns, lost that game, but they're still a solid team, and we'll see what happens on Friday. I'm putting it somewhere in the 45-20 range. I think is going to be my prediction on this one. Let's see. Only worry right now for Jeanty is the health. I agree. I went back and watched that game, and I didn't realize during the game that he went into the medical tent. He came back in with some sort of brace on his elbow or arm. I'm not a doctor. I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so I don't really know what's going on there. I know some of you have said, hyperextended elbow. I mean, I'm not going to really say too much about that. He went in the medical tent, certainly showed something. I will say this, during pregame warmups, Johnny and I noticed this, but he had a huge, I don't know if it was his wrist or like the top of his hand, like right on the side, kind of right here. He had a big brace already, or had extra tape on his hand. So he was already dealing with something on his left hand going into that game. This looked more like the elbow or the forearm, but he's obviously beat up. He's not 100%. But they do get the full week, and San Diego State loses the night, so we'll see. Sean's got 38-28. Jenny with 30-plus carries, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Maddox Madsen, 50% completion, 150 yards. Let's see. Need to get another running back involved. I mean, you do, but you got to have guys that are healthy, and you have to have guys you deserve putting out there. Was a little surprised we didn't see more of Dylan Riley in that game. I mean, whenever he's gotten his chances, for the most part, he has shown some impressive things, but he is a true freshman, and this is crunch time on the season. These are big games, big moments. And, as Bronco 130 says, 90% of Jeanty is better than 100% of most running backs. Yes. So, again, I was a little surprised you don't get 1, 2, 3 carries for a Dylan Riley in that game, just to take a little bit of load and give an extra snap or 2 off for Ashton Jeanty. But again, if the coaches don't feel like Dylan Riley is deserving of carries in crucial spots, then they don't deserve that he's they don't think he deserves it, in crucial spots. So we can't really, question the coaches too much on that. But would it help? 100%. If you can get Breezy Dubar back in this game tomorrow night, that would be huge. We've been saying that all season. Hard to predict or plan for that at this point. But if they could get a healthy Breezy Dubar back to take 5, 6 carries away from Jeanty, sure. If you can get to a point where you trust, a Dylan Riley or somebody like that, sure. Again, Sire Gaines, I mean, he may come back at the end of the season for a championship game or a bowl game or a CFP game, but I wouldn't be expecting him anytime soon. And that was just a massive injury, because he looked like he was ready to be a star. And if you can get him healthy and get, Dubar healthy, I mean, you certainly love that combination next year. You'll feel pretty good about that. But in terms of what that would have done for Jeanty this year, you wouldn't have needed to give him 31 carries if you had a healthy Sire Gaines. And so that certainly is something that has hurt things here is the injury there and just the injuries. But if they can get Breezy back or get Dylan Riley a couple of carries tomorrow, I certainly think that would help. Keep getting your score predictions in, your comments. I got a couple more sponsors I want to thank as we continue along here, but there's no interviews today, and I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere. So if you guys want to keep talking Boise State football, we can keep this thing rolling here on Bronco Nation News. The spa team, Snake River Pool and Spa, Twin Falls, Boise, Meridian, Nampa. They got locations all across the state of Idaho. They've been around since 1978. They're part of the Boise State home team. And again, whether it's a spa for the back patio, which sounds great as the weather continues to cool down here, whether it's a sauna, whether it's a pool table for the game room, they got it all and can take care of you. So check them out online. And again, view their full inventory at thespateam.com. Lithia Ford of Boise, lithiafordboise.com. Their fall kickoff sale is still going on, and so we highly recommend heading out there for that next car or truck purchase. Again, if you want to talk about companies that make the biggest investment in Boise State athletics, you're not going to find many more out there than Lithia Ford of Boise and Jim Sturck. All the money that he is pouring in, you see his logo inside the stadium there, the Ford logo, and what they're doing to provide vehicles for student athletes on NIL deals, for the coaches, for the athletic director, for a lot of other folks out there. I mean, they are really doing a big-time deal for Boise State athletics, and they're a supporter of BNN as well. So if you want to return the favor and keep this train rolling in terms of Boise State and BNN and all these different folks that you support the folks that support them, and that's Lithia Ford of Boise. So check them out. And again, whether it's an F-150, whether it's the Mach-E, Mustang, they got a lot of different great deals right now and options. So check them out for that next car truck purchase and make it at Lithia Ford of Boise. Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com, SON Management, the Nicolason family. Again, they are hiring, and they give you free food while you work, half your wages the next day after your shift. A great work environment, promotional opportunities. It's a great career path working at Taco Bell in terms of getting into the management, realm and stuff. So if you're looking for a job, think about one of the Treasure Valley Taco Bell locations. And if you're looking for a quick, easy, cheap, delicious meal for your family, take them to Taco Bell as well, one of the Treasure Valley Taco Bell locations, and you will not be disappointed. Again, Taco Bell, get more information online, TacoBellWorks.com. And transportation compliance service, check them out, transcompservice.com. Transcompservice.com, transportation compliance service. If you're looking to get into the trucking industry, they can help you every step of the way in terms of the permits, DOT, overweight, everything you need to get out there towing that first load in no time. Again, get more information online, transcompservice.com. If you hear the banging on my roof, they are still putting in the new roof. They couldn't quite get it done in one day. Somebody asked me about that here. I don't see the comment right now. Oh, here, how did the roof turn out? Signature Roofing, they're doing a tremendous job. They are back this morning to finish up, but we're so happy to have partnered with Signature Roofing, and I was needing a new roof and decided to purchase one from them, and we were able to kind of extend it into a deal for RJ Keene to get him involved. But again, Signature Roofing, highly recommend the folks there. They do tremendous work. It's a local company, been around for about 20 years. They're big supporters of the local teams and local community, and so I know you have a lot of options when it comes to your roofing. But if you need a re-roof, if you need an estimate, all the various things that come with roofing, they can help you out. They're ready to help you. And again, Signature Roofing, mysignatureroofing.com is the website, mysignatureroofing.com. They can do replacements, repairs, inspections, free estimates, 208-994-8493, or again, mysignatureroofing.com. And cannot wait to, you buy a new house and you find out, oh, it needs a new roof right away. But it was a very affordable option with Signature Roofing, and very happy with every step of the way so far. So can't wait to end the show and get out there and see what the progress is. But mysignatureroofing.com, if you're looking for a new roof. Support the sponsors and keep this thing rolling here at Bronco Nation News. We're still taking your score predictions, your comments, your thoughts on Marquez Cooper. If you came in late, missed the beginning of the show, Marquez Cooper, the San Diego State running back, he said some comments earlier in the season.
See what Ashton Jeanty did today? Did you come in understanding and try to compete with that and understanding that, hey, look, y'all can start talking about me too and put my name in some of those conversations with the things that he did today?
I seen what he did today. I don't think he's the type of back that I am. I think I'm the best back in this conference, and I don't think he's the type of back that I am. I think I'm the best back in this conference, and I want to make that.
Wanted to make that known, the best back in the conference. Now, again, Marquez Cooper has done a lot of good things. He is a very good running back. So this is not done or said or brought up in terms of disrespecting or getting on Marquez Cooper. He's actually a really solid player. He came into the season. He's very confident, said some things, and you tip your cap to the guy for having some confidence in himself. I just don't know if it makes the most sense knowing that you have to play at Boise State later in the season. He certainly better back it up. And if he does, you tip your cap to him. And he's had a pretty good year, but he's only had 2 100-yard games since those comments. Obviously, San Diego State comes in as 23-point underdogs. Again, you want to be confident. I get all that, but when you have to play at Boise State later in the season, and the guy just scored 6 touchdowns earlier in the day, in Ashton Jeanty, not sure it was the smartest thing that he could have done. I asked Spencer Danielson yesterday, and yes, Boise State, their defense, their whole team, Ashton Jeanty, they are aware of Marquez Cooper's comments.
Running back earlier in the year, you let the team know about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm very open with our team. And this is what their guy said. He thinks he's the best running back around, including Ashton. That's just what's out there. And that's the beautiful thing about football, is then you get an opportunity to go out and compete. And for us and our team, we want to be about our actions, not about our words. And that's what we're going to stay true to.
He's a pretty good player, though, right?
He is good. He's really, you get to 4,000 or whatever yards he has and 45 touchdowns for a reason. We've had to prepare our tails off for him, and we know he's going to be ready to go. We got our work cut out for us.
So there you go. A very good running back in Marquez Cooper, and that whole side story there. So Nick says BSU is going to get 6 sacks. Alexander says he is cocky as hell. Again, I like the confidence. You love a player, and I'm sure, but even San Diego State fans are probably going, not sure we should have fired them up if we didn't have to coming into this game. And so, as I said, if you're the Boise State defense, I've heard from, talked to Michael Callahan yesterday, some of the defensive guys. They certainly heard about it from Spencer Danielson. Hey, guess what, guys? A defensive line. Hey, guys, guess what? They got their running back over there that you're about to face. Yeah, he thinks he's the best running back in this conference. Well, what are you going to do about that? I certainly think this fires up Boise State's defense. And on the other side, Ashton Jeanty, I don't think he needs any motivation. I don't think he needs any extra, him having a quote-unquote subpar game by some against UNLV is probably all the motivation he needs to come out and have a big game. But if he's, got a guy lining up on the other side that says he's better than him, I would take that personal. And again, at this point in the season, like Boise State, they're hearing the same thing every week from Spencer Danielson. Biggest game because it's the next one. Biggest game because it's the next one. Here we are, game 8, back at home. Again, we're favored by 3 touchdowns. Like, if I was Spencer Danielson, I'd be using any extra thing I can get to put a chip on their shoulder. That's what football coaches do. And I guarantee you every day they're hearing about that this week. Spencer Danielson just admitted as much that he's told the team about this. And yeah, when a guy says that he's the best back in this conference, you're that's certainly something you're gonna want to make known.
I seen what he did today. I don't think he's the type of back that I am. I think I'm the best back in this conference. And I don't think he's the type of back that I am. I think I'm the best back in this conference. And
100% loop all week long, all game long, all day long tomorrow. It would be the pregame last video I show before they run out to start the game. It would be that 20-second clip right there. And you know what? I'm sure they probably will. So we'll find out more about that if they continue to, again, they downplayed it a little bit. I was surprised that Spencer kind of admitted, yeah, we've told them about it. We let them know. But I guarantee you after the game, they're going to say, yeah, that ticked us off. And we're that certainly is something that, I think is going to be a motivating factor for sure for Boise State. But again, My Signature Roofing, you hear the banging going on my roof. They're putting the roof in. I want to talk more about the college football playoff rankings that come out Tuesday. I also want to talk about where did I want to go? Oh, back to the $25 million gift. Sorry, got a lot going on today. $25 million gift. What do you want to see that used for? What are your thoughts on that? The biggest gift in the history of Boise State University on the athletics or the academic side. We'll get back to that in a second, but I do have a couple more sponsors I want to thank. I was out at the Blue and Orange store yesterday, went out there to buy my kid a Boise State football helmet. You'll see later today the costumes for my boys, but we needed to get a helmet, and great prices, great selection. Love the clearance section out there, the daily deals, all the shirts, hats. I mean, it's pretty cool. If you're a Boise State fan, it's basically heaven there at the Blue and Orange store. So check them out. Support the Blue and Orange store. I know there's a lot of spots around town to buy your Boise State gear, but the blueandorange.store.com, online anywhere in the world, they'll ship it to you. Or if you're in town, just go to the Boise Town Square Mall, the second floor there. They've got the Pro Image Kids now. They've got the Pro Image, and then right next door, the Blue and Orange store right there on the second floor. So check them out. All your Boise State gear at the blueandorange.store.com. Mondays at Jackson's, 91 cents gets you a coffee or a fountain drink when Ahmed Hassanin gets a sack, and you've been doing that a lot lately. I think that's 4 or 5 weeks in a row. You've gotten your 91-cent coffee or fountain drink with Let's Go rewards. So if you're able to, see him get a sack on Friday, you can go on Monday and get a cheaper coffee and fountain drink there. Jackson's, and again, maybe this will be the week we get back to the Breezy bundle as well. Tuesdays, when Breezy scores a touchdown, Tuesdays you get a hot dog and a soda for $1. And don't forget, speaking of hot dogs, 25 cents from every hot dog sold goes to benefit the Horseshoe Collective. So next time you're in Jackson's, buy a hot dog, 25 cents goes back to the Horseshoe Collective, and we appreciate them. Speaking of food, leanfeastmeridian.com. I will be updating you guys on my progress, but I am back hardcore. Got to lose some serious weight here. Got off the rails, and I am back eating Lean Feast daily, and I am back to trying to just take control of things here and lose some weight, before it gets even crazier. So leanfeastmeridian.com is how I'm doing it. Healthy eating, 10,000 plus combinations. We're doing the low carb keto, here in the Rains household. They've got that option for you there with the cauliflower rice, the broccoli, all the different veggies, steak, fish, chicken, any kind of diet. Again, it's good for 5 days in your refrigerator. So you can go in on a Sunday or Monday and buy meals for the whole week. Fully customizable. You choose how much you want of each. It's all done by weight, by ounces. And they deliver anywhere in the Treasure Valley now. And again, the easiest part is you just take it into your office and it's in there for 2 minutes and you're eating in the microwave and you're eating steak, shrimp. I mean, it's just great. So leanfeastmeridian.com, leanfeastmeridian.com. Check them out. Hey, if you have not done your sprinkler blowout yet, you need to. Alex Martin, 208 Lawn and Landscape. He can help you out. 208 lawnandlandscape.com. Sprinkler blowout, any maintenance work you have, any outdoor stuff in your yard, landscaping, they can take care of you. Snow removal come wintertime. 208 Lawn and Landscape with Alex Martin. And again, they do bounce house rentals as well. So check them out, 208 lawnandlandscape.com, 417-629-6832, Alex Martin, and 208 Lawn and Landscape. And we still want your voicemails. I know I haven't pushed it as much lately, and that's on me, but Signature Roofing, we would love to get your voicemails, especially for the post-game show tomorrow. They're in the third, fourth quarter when the game's about to be over. Give us your thoughts. Leave us a voicemail. It's super easy. Just go to speakpipe.com/BNN, and it takes about 5 seconds to type in your name, hit the record button, and then your message is sent to us. So let's get some voicemails on the post-game show. Your comments are nice, but I mean, I turn on the KTIK post-game show, and they get 30 calls. Let's get some voicemails. Let's get some calls on the post-game show. Kent Riddle, Brad Bedell, and myself coming to you after the San Diego State game tomorrow. So get those in, and we are excited about those. We've been telling you about the Circa crew. They're coming to Boise. We cannot wait to have the Circa crew in Boise, and we're super excited. It's going to be a ton of fun to get Derek Stevens and company. They are coming to Boise, and I can't wait to let them see Bronco Nation, to let them see what it is that Boise State fans and everybody has to offer in the blue, and it's a special place. And again, Derek Stevens and company, they are coming to Boise tomorrow. I can't wait. I mean, and just put that in perspective for a second, folks. Like a multi-millionaire casino owner businessman is getting on a private jet, never been to the state of Idaho, and flying like 7 or 8 of his highest executives to come tailgate and drink and party and watch a game on the blue turf just because he's a sports fan and he likes Boise State now. So it's pretty impressive. It's pretty darn cool. I have to thank all you guys for making it happen. All of you that support Bronco Nation News by going to Circa, by going to the D, by coming down to our events at the tournaments and things and the games last year. It's been a lot of fun to continue this relationship the last couple of years. And again, we're super excited for this. And we're going to have a party. We got a party coming up on tomorrow at 3:00 at the James. 3:00 at the James. Please join us. If you can get there at 2:55, that'd be great. When I walk in with the Circa crew, let's give them a standing ovation. Let's make some noise. Let's have some fun. And again, Derek Stevens is going to has pretty much promised to put his credit card down at the bar and say the next 90 minutes is on me. So you want to come get a couple free drinks and hang out and get some free swag from Circa and get ready for the game? Come on over to Circa. Join us, or come over with the Circa crew at the James from 3 to 4:30 tomorrow. I know the Friday game, the tailgating is kind of tough, so go set up your tailgate and then come over at 3, or maybe just decide tomorrow you're not going to set up the tailgating setup. Come hang out at the James, and we'd love to have you over there. 3 to 4:30. 3 to 4:30. The Circa crew will be at the James Kitchen and Bar, and they're going to be flying in on a private jet tomorrow. We're going to give them a tour of the city, have some lunch, hang out with them, and then they want to experience a game day on the blue, and that's going to include a 90-minute pregame party over at the James Kitchen and Bar. So make sure you are ready at the James Kitchen and Bar. I think it pissed off Derek Stevens when his offer of $100K to keep Sluka was rejected by UNLV. Cool. He's awesome, everyone. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, but you can come ask him yourself. Is the weather going to be a factor tomorrow? I don't think in terms of rain. It sounds like there could be some rain maybe in the morning tomorrow. It's going to be a little cool. I think tomorrow it's actually up to 56 degrees. Could be a little windy. But my understanding is the rain should be out of here by early afternoon. So I don't think the rain is going to be any kind of issue for this tailgating party or for the game. And again, the temperature keeps rising now up to 56 degrees for the high on Friday. So I don't think, would you love it to be perfectly blue sky? Yes. But if it's 56 and cloudy, maybe that's better than 38 or 39 or 40 and sunny. So no, I don't think that's going to be a big factor tomorrow is that. But again, 3:00, please join us at the James Kitchen and Bar. 3:00, free drinks, free giveaways, meet the Circa crew. Tell them, even if you have to lie to them, just tell them you're appreciative of their support of BNN. Tell them you love Circa Stadium Swim, that you've been there. Tell them you're going to stay there next time because of what they're doing for BNN and because they came all the way to Boise. Again, this is, someone told me that this is like the governor coming to a game. It kind of is when you think about, people, and he'll be the richest guy in the building. I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, it's pretty cool to think about a multimillionaire just wanting to come to Boise to see a game. So can't wait. Going to be a lot of fun, and that's going to be 3:00. I hope I see you guys there. Help me pack this place. We got to pack this place. 3:00 at the James Kitchen and Bar for the Circa crew and their little open bar party tomorrow. All right, so we started the show with this, but a huge announcement: $25 million estate gift. It's from Alan and Billy D. Noble. The investment will be used, according to the press release, quote, to benefit Bronco football. It's the largest one-time gift in the history of Boise State athletics. Again, $25 million. The quote from Jeremiah Dickey says, "We are extremely grateful to Alan and Billy D for this extraordinary gift. We choose to believe in epic at Boise State, and this transformational gift represents the belief Alan and Billy D had in us and Bronco Nation. Our goal is to take this incredible legacy and continue to positively impact the lives of present and future Broncos." I think most of you folks know about Alan Noble, but he was a legendary local businessman, farmer in the late 1960s, kind of became a Boise State fan. And over the next 40 years, he contributed in numerous ways to the athletic department, was a constant presence on the sidelines or in the locker room. According to this press release, he helped fund Boise State Stadium expansion in 1996 when they joined the FBS. At that point, they started the Alan Noble Hall of Fame gallery. The Alan Noble Hall of Fame is right there, in terms of on the corner of the stadium there. He was a member of the BAA Board of Directors, received the Bronze Bronco Award, the highest honor given by Boise State Athletics. And again, prior to this estate gift, their philanthropic giving exceeded $5 million. So you're now looking at over $30 million this family has donated. Bart Hendricks witnessed firsthand and has been around, some of the things they've done. His quote was, "Alan and Billy D, integral part of Bronco football since the Lyle Smith era. They have already done so much for the university. Making a gift like this through their estate just cements their generational impact and legacy." And a cool thing that I don't know has been out there much, but St. Luke's Health System also receiving $25 million from the Noble family estate. So it's a $50 million impact for its community. $25 million to Boise State, $25 million to St. Luke's Health System. Obviously, we'll have to find out exactly what this is going for. But again, in July, the department just announced, according to the press release, third consecutive fiscal year surpassing $20 million, and their record in 2023 was $26 million. So $26 million in 2023, and they just got 25 in one gift alone. I don't know, again, if this is a one-time thing, if this is, $5 million for 5 years and how they, calculate it. We'll have to kind of factor this out, in terms of, and again, what this is going to be used for. I mean, Boise State's talking about revenue sharing. Boise State's talking about some of this stuff that they want to get into with the kind of ever-changing landscape of college athletics. And they now have an extra $25 million to help with the football team. There's a lot of different things they could do with this, folks. So again, if they want to put this all towards the North End Zone project, that covers almost half of it. I think $65 million. So you're looking at like a third to a half, 33-40% maybe of, the whole cost of the North End Zone is right there and paid for now with this donation. Candid Trader says, "Are you seriously saying a family donated $25 million to Boise State? That's better donations than most Power 4 schools get." Yes, that's 100% what I'm saying. $25 million has been donated by the Noble family to Boise State. Brandon Bailey wants the money for NIL and to get a competent QB. NIL certainly could be a portion of this. I don't know how that's all going to work in terms of schools being able to pay the players directly here moving forward. I think there's a lot of different ways they could do this. Improve the facilities, improve the North End Zone project, use it for revenue sharing, to pay the players, add more coaches, analysts, recruiting staff. Bigger recruiting budget, more private planes for coaches to go see recruits. Like, there's a lot of different things you could do and ways to spend this money, and certainly $25 million could go a long way. And very excited to hear more about this from Jeremiah Dickey in terms of what they do plan to use this money for. So a lot of speculations right now, but yes, $25 million donated from the Noble family, and it's a record. Largest one-time gift in the history of Boise State University. Talking athletics, talking academics. You name it. The estate gift of $25 million from Alan and Billy D. Noble. Again, the largest one-time gift in the history of Boise State athletics. So big things happening off the field, big things happening on the field tomorrow as well. So looking forward to the San Diego State game tomorrow. Again, the whole Marquez Cooper, Ashton Jeanty thing, all the different, side stories. And I think one that we haven't talked a ton about that I mentioned to Johnny, but this is the final, I say first impression because there's going to be, 5 weeks of this, but this is the final thing Boise State can do to make an impact, to make an impression on the college football playoff committee before Tuesday's rankings. The first CFP rankings will come out Tuesday, right as CNN is getting ready to predict the winner in Pennsylvania, whatever on the politics side. ESPN will have their college football rankings revealed for the first time, and I am very, very curious to see where Boise State starts. I mean, they're 15 in the AP poll right now. How close is Boise State to the Big 12 teams? How close is Boise State? Is Boise State getting respect? Are they 13, 14, 15 in this ranking? Or are they 18, 19, 20, 21? Like where is the committee going to rank Boise State in the first ranking here? I'm very curious to see what it looks like. And again, I think we all feel pretty confident that Boise State's going to get at worst the 12 seed if they win out. But I want to see, what's the path to Boise State? The 4 seed, I think we know what has to happen there. BYU, Iowa State have to lose before we can really talk about the 4 seed being possible. But could Boise State continue to win and get in a position where they could not be the 12 seed? Could they be the 11, the 10, the 9? Heck, probably unlikely, but could Boise State finish 5 through 8 and get to host a home playoff game on the blue turf? I know it sounds crazy. You're all laughing, spitting out your coffee. I get it, but there is the way the system is set up. Boise State, if they finish 5 through 8, they host a game on the blue in the first round of the playoffs. So how high does Boise State start on Tuesday, and what is the path of teams ahead of them? I think is going to be very, very intriguing of how this is all going to play out. In the first rankings, I know don't mean a ton, but it does kind of give you a look into the window of how the committee is going to give credit for the 3-point loss at Oregon, and how they're going to look at some different things in terms of what the Washington State win, how much credit they get for that, and some of the other things. So if Boise State could go out and absolutely dominate and win 50-3, and Ashton Jeanty has 300 yards to get back in the Heisman race, and Big Noon Kickoff announces they're coming for the Nevada game, like there's a lot of positive momentum that you could have going into that Tuesday night rankings show that I think would be certainly would benefit Boise State. So I'm intrigued for a lot of reasons for this game tomorrow, and intrigued for the rankings and some of the other big games this weekend going on as well. So a lot going on, and it's an exciting time right now for Bronco Nation News. And don't forget, by the way, the basketball team, they've got their season opening game of the season next Wednesday against Oakland. Oakland is the team that upset Kentucky in the first round of the NCAA tournament last year. And that game's almost a sellout. I was on there looking for tickets for my family. It's really hard to get 3 seats together right now. So the season opener against Oakland is maybe going to be a sellout for Boise State basketball. That's crazy to even think about. That is next Wednesday as well. So we have a lot of different things, basketball going on, football going on. It's going to be a really, really fun, exciting time for the next couple of months of Boise State fans at Bronco Nation News. And hopefully you're on board as a subscriber. $50, BNN 50 deals, that promo code $50 for a full year. Your first year, just $50. BNN 50 deal. Mike Prater, you might have heard my email go off there during the show. Mike Prater has submitted his next column for BNN, and I will get that posted here shortly after the show for paying subscribers. So if you want to read Mike Prater's thoughts, he's taking a look at Spencer Danielson, some of Spencer Danielson's favorite sayings in press conferences. And he went back and watched a lot of his old press conferences, and it's kind of a fun column from what I understand. I haven't read it yet. So again, Mike Prater's column, you want to read my story on the defense, leading the nation in sacks, my game preview, which will go up later this evening. You're going to have to be a paying subscriber of BNN. So just $50 for that first year. I mean, that's, $4 a month, less than $4 a month, or right about $4 a month. I guess it is $4.25, I think, a month. If you just pay the one-time fee and be done for the year. BNN 50 deals, the promo code. BroncoNationNews.com is the website. Jump on board now, folks. This site is taken off. Our YouTube channel is taken off. Prices are going to increase. Advertising rates are increasing. Like, you guys we're just kind of scratching the surface here on Bronco Nation News and where this thing's going to go as Boise State pushes for the college football playoff and joins the Pac-12. And you guys that have been around since the beginning, when we started our YouTube channel with, 3 people or whatever 3 years ago, it's been fun to see it rise, and it's going to continue to rise and take off. And I appreciate each and every one of you that has helped us get to this point and take every step of the way. But as basketball season kicks in, football season, the rankings, the next 2 or 3 months, if you're a Boise State fan, are going to be as fun and as good as it gets. And we're going to be here every morning, 9 a.m. weekdays with our various co-hosts, talking to you about it, telling you about it, helping you get through it, and analyzing it. And then we'll have our pre and post game shows as well. So jump on board now, $50, BroncoNationNews.com, using that promo code BNN50 deal, and you just watch an hour and 20-minute live show for free on YouTube. So the least you can do is hit that like button on our YouTube video, hit the subscribe button to our YouTube channel, and help us out. And then, of course, support the sponsors. Many of you see back here on the screen. Taco Bell, also a major sponsor. My Signature Roofing, some of our sponsors that aren't up there. I need to update the background there. But go support the sponsors. And that includes the James Kitchen and Bar, and that includes Circa Resort and Casino. And we hope to see you at 3 o'clock tomorrow when Derek Stevens and company are in town. 3 o'clock tomorrow, open bar for 90 minutes, I believe, over there at the James Kitchen and Bar. So take a break from your tailgate or start your day with us. Get off work a couple hours early. They're going to have free giveaways, all kinds of stuff. And again, couple free beverages or whatever you can get down in 90 minutes, I guess, over there at the James Kitchen and Bar. So hope that we get a big crowd. Really would appreciate it. Colin says ball talk with Sanford and ball game is worth it. Riley and Rid also awesome. Yeah, we have to pay those guys. So all the shows you see with Riley, Rid, Sanford, Johnny, Brad Bedell, Kent, all those shows, Jay Tuss, Mike Prater, John Mallory, I pay those guys. They don't do it for free. So if you want to see those shows continue, and again, those are free shows you get to watch on YouTube, certainly would love to have you subscribe and help us out. But at a minimum, make sure you share and like our videos on social media. Follow us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on X, and tell your friends about us as well. And that certainly helps. So appreciate all you guys. My Signature Roofing. Signature Roofing is on my roof right now. I can hear the banging. I'm going to go outside and check and see the update on how we're looking, but getting a new roof put in from Signature Roofing, and I highly recommend you guys checking them out. Signature Roofing, mysignatureroofing.com. Dennis says, thank you. Fantastic day. Happy Halloween. Go Broncos. And yeah, should mention it. Hope everybody has a happy Halloween, a safe Halloween, taking your kids around. Hopefully the rain holds off, or at least happens and then leaves. Looks like a nice day outside right now, actually, with the sun shining through. So appreciate all you guys. And yeah, my boys are excited for Halloween, and hope you guys have fun on Halloween as well. And then tomorrow should be an epic day in Boise with San Diego State in town, Marquez Cooper in town, Ashton Jeanty looking to bounce back, and of course, Derek Stevens and the Circa crew in town as well. So cannot wait for tomorrow. It's going to be an awesome day. Hope to see all of you at 3 o'clock at the James. Please help us pack this place. We cannot have these, millionaires fly up from Vegas and then have an empty bar when they walk in at 3 o'clock. So if you can stop by, especially early on at 3 o'clock, we would love to have you be there. Help us out, pack the place, get a free drink or two. Come talk to the guys. Tell them you love Circa. It would really mean a lot to me. So hope to see you all tomorrow. Appreciate it. And Devo Bronx says says, I'm going to Bronco Hut. Well, hopefully you can stop by the James as well. We'd love to see you, and we'd love to see all you guys stop by as well. So thanks so much. And again, subscribe if you can. Tell your friends. And tomorrow's going to be an unbelievable day. Mike Prater's column, it's going up here shortly. It is in my email as I speak. Mike Prater's latest column, so you got to be a subscriber to read that. You can go read my story on the Broncos leading the nation in sacks right now, and then I'll have my game preview coming up later this evening as well. So happy Halloween. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of our great sponsors here at BroncoNationNews.com. Go support the sponsors. And again, whether it's switching your bank to ICCU or going to buy some Boise State gear at the Blue and Orange store, or getting a vehicle from Lithia Ford to Boise, having your house painted by Row Painting, buying a home with Matt Bauscher, going to buy some beverages at Western Collective, shopping, getting your groceries at Ridley's Family Markets, getting that pool table at Snake River Pool and Spa, your next car at Lithia Ford, whether it's taking the family to get some food at Taco Bell or going to Jackson's to get that hot dog to support the Horseshoe Collective there, or getting some meals at Lean Feast, or signing up at Transportation Compliance Service to get into the trucking business, calling Alex Martin to have your sprinklers blown out, getting a reservation at the D, going to get some food over at the James, whether it's going golfing out at Timberstone Golf Course. We got a lot of great sponsors. I hope I didn't forget any of them, but a lot of great sponsors that are really great people and do a lot to make these shows be free and keep them going. So again, support all the sponsors. And again, appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Halloween. Send us your best costumes and photos. We'll put some on the show tomorrow morning. Again, programming note, pregame show might be a little iffy tomorrow. I'm kind of tasked with, chauffeuring and taking the Circa crew around, and we're going to try to get you a pregame show tomorrow night. I just don't know if we can. So our J Tuss 9 a.m. show tomorrow might essentially be a pregame show. So appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow at the James. We'll see you at 9 a.m. with Jay Tust on Bronco Nation News Live. And we'll see you at bronconationnews.com when you're reading my story, Mike Prater's column, and when you're signing up for that $50 subscription. So a lot going on, and we appreciate you for spending an hour and 25 minutes with us. We'll talk to you guys later. My name is BJ Rains. We are in the Western Collective Studios. That Orange Chaos Seltzer, that Horseshoe Golden Ale, you can pick it up at Albertson Stadium at the game tomorrow night, or at your local retailers as well. And again, our title sponsor, there would be no BNN without rowpaint.com. So support them, all your painting projects. Check out rowpaint.com. My name is BJ Rains. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Halloween. And we'll talk to you on game day tomorrow. Boise State, San Diego State. A lot going on. Big game for the Broncos. Ashton Jeanty, Marquez Cooper, the Circa crew, the college football playoff rankings coming out. So much fun. A lot going on. And oh, yeah, it's a home game on the blue. Enough said. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Bronco Nation News Live, bronconationnews.com.
Bronco Nation News is presented by rowpaint.com, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, by Lithia Ford, the Blue and Orange Store, Western Collective, by Jackson's, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Bauscher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, by Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and by Timberstone Golf Course.
I seen what he did today. I don't think he's the type of back that I am. I think I'm the best back in this conference. And I don't think he's the type of back that I am. I think I'm the best back in this conference.